The sequel to the Terra Colony series is a fascinating sci-fi adventure. Coming up in this week's book pre-review, the books I'm excited to read. Hi, Terri Gillespie here, and welcome to Book Pre-Review, the books I am excited to read. And this week, our featured book is Stowaway, and it is book 2 of the Terra Colony Project series, which is speculative or sci-fi in this particular case. And it's written by indie author Shimrit Hanes. And I like supporting indie authors, and I really did like her first book, so I'm looking forward to reading book 2. Now, this book actually came out in December of last year, but I just didn't have any slots available for the show, so we're finally getting to it. So I'm really excited to share this with you. Now, the genre, as I said, is Christian sci-fi, colonization science fiction, and science fiction adventures. Now, if you want to get to know Shimrit, and Shimrit is fascinating. I've known Shimrit and her family for years, and I'll get a little bit more into the bio there, but her website is www.shimrithanes.com. And fortunately, that's popped up. And also, fortunately, it's down in the description section, so you can check out Shimrit's website. So this is Shimrit's bio. She says she's an accidental author. And really, she's a musician, and she toured with her family of 7 for many years. And Shimrit plays the harp. I mean, the big harp. It's big harp, so it's very, very angelic and beautiful. Her on-the-road music career ended when she came down with a chronic disease, and it made touring impossible because, as anyone who has toured knows, that is a grueling endeavor. She was then going crazy, wondering what she was going to do, because now she essentially had to find another career. So her 3 eldest daughters challenged her. Actually, they challenged one another to write a book. And desiring to be helpful, she read No Plot, No Problem by Chris Baty aloud to daughter number 3 while she worked from home. Suddenly, an incredible story idea came to her mind. Now she had a plot and a problem. She didn't want to horn in on her daughter's endeavors, but they assured her it was fine. And in the end, in 1 month, she finished the manuscript and found her new love. She enjoyed every moment of the process, and after 3 years of rewrites and much fine-tuning with help from 2 author friends and my husband's patient ears, her husband's patient, not my husband, her husband, Mark, behold a finished novel and outlines for the 3rd as well. So here are the publisher notes. Daxon's parents never had time for him. Throughout his childhood, they threw money at him and told him, go have some fun, to keep them out of their way. College is abominable, except for his friends. When escaping into the alternate reality of computer games, he feels more in control. He excels at putting together winning teams and using their strengths to take out other teams, but reality really stinks. An imprudent trip with a friend to a restaurant outside their compound, and that is from the previous book. You really do need to read the previous book. Some books you can kind of just start from the big, anywhere in the series, but this book has so much backstory that's really important to the subsequent books. So highly recommend reading the first book, which is called Dreams. After an imprudent trip with a friend to a restaurant outside the compound and an interview with the head of the Terra Colony Project, his eyes are opened. A rover attack gives him good reason to leave. 3 of the 5 colony ships have already launched and only 2 remain. The last ship that leaves is the S-Cargo. Will his friends be willing to stow away for a one-way trip across the galaxy? Captain Velasquez and Robert Greene have their work cut out for them. This group of colonists, raw and green, many coming from horrific persecution, need a place of peace to heal. Hopefully the training ground in Oregon will remain a secret. They have a year to teach this group the founding principles and skills they need to make them strong in a caring community on a new planet. So you can purchase the Stowaways at Amazon, and that's pretty much it, Amazon. However, if you go to your local bookstore or retailer, you can ask them. It wouldn't hurt. Just ask them if they could order it for you, and that'll really help Shimrit get some visibility. Now, my reviews for this book will be posted on applicable sites such as Amazon BookBubs, Goodreads, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, NetGalley, and ChristianBook.com. As I mentioned before, down in the description section, there's all sorts of great information, like the links to purchasing her book, the link to her website, which will have more about her music, which is just beautiful. And then also you can check out the links to my website and the newsletter. Right now, there are 2 free gifts if you sign up for my newsletter. And there's more information about my books, which are in the back there. And I recently won a couple of awards this year, so that's kind of fun. And then also, just so you know, I love keeping in touch with my readers and my viewers. And best way to do that is through my newsletter and my blogs, and of course, good old-fashioned social media. And so my husband is popping those icons up, and the links are down below in the description section. So that's it for this week. Stay tuned for next week for the next book that I'm excited to read. And in the meantime, God bless and keep reading.